Hello guys, today we're going to be doing an In Blossom review, so if you haven't seen In Blossom, please skip out on this video. So first I want to talk about everything that I did not like about this drama. So it was good for the first 20 episodes, and then from episode 20 to 32 it kind of sputtered out like a bad car that was breaking down. And that's primarily because there were a lot of jump cuts, there were a lot of scenes that felt like they were missing. They would just skip into stuff without telling us what's actually happening. So I noticed that. And then also, once the main couple's relationship was already developed, all that was left was the investigations that they were doing. And once we figured out that there's this big villain they're trying to kind of discover, and you have 4 episodes left, so let's say you get up to episode 28, you're kind of ready for the show to be over. So that was the main thing I didn't like. What I also didn't like was the fact that they hinted at character development for Pan-Yer when he had a mental breakdown in one of the earlier episodes, but it wasn't ever actually explored. And I find it kind of interesting because Pan-Yer's the only one who actually has a parental relationship in the show. He has a parent that's present, and clearly has quite a fractured relationship with his father. But the script writer decides to not explore this concept, which I find kind of funny because it would have added some extra depth to the character that I think was needed, instead of purely relying on character development in relation to him being with Yang Seo-wei and becoming a stronger man as a result of it. It kind of takes away from the character to kind of just say that he is developed because of his love, instead of us kind of going into his past and digging into why he acts the way that he does, and then maybe using that context to kind of build upon how or why he is the way he is now, basically. Either you show me why Pan-Yer is the way that he is before he meets Yang Seo-wei, or you show me that and you kind of add in some things into the script that kind of show him coming back from that without it actually linking back to his romantic interests. So I don't think that was great in the show. Alongside that, Shangwen, she only has her brother as her father figure in the show. We don't see their parents. It can safely be assumed that they're orphaned. And I think if not for the face swap thing, this would have been a really interesting concept for the script to explore. And because it didn't explore that, we actually lose out on so much. So that was kind of disappointing. And then even Yang Seo-wei is also an orphan of sorts and has her master. And then that's kind of explored, Yang Seo-wei is the way that she is because she was always a very strong little girl and grew up to be a strong woman. But the support of her master also meant that she could live and eat and learn and become even more intelligent through kind of experience and education. But I think, one thing that I think is missing from the show that could have been explored is the parental relationships and how they affect the main characters, including Yang Seo-wei's best friend, the second female lead. She kind of talks about losing her mother, her mother selling her, and then, being orphaned and being treated badly, and that's why she's the way that she is. But I think this show could have explored how these weak parental relationships affected these characters, and we lose out so much on only being exposed to very little of that. And this is one of those shows where I think it could have benefited from being up to 40 episodes instead of 32. I don't think it needed a part 1 or part 2, although people are arguing online about whether there should be a season 2 just based on how the show ended. But I think 40 episodes would have been useful. I think it would have reduced the amount of jump cuts and things like that. Now, what I liked about the show is I liked the way that it was filmed. They had a lot of the same shots, so there were a lot of carriage scenes where it would be Pan-Yer and Yang Seo-wei sitting next to each other, or it would be Yang Seo-wei with the second male lead, and those were often shots kind of used to show the closeness between characters, so I liked that. The costume design was good. I liked the variety of colours that I was seeing. Even though it was a gothic drama, they used pastels, they used dark colours, it was a whole mix. The OST was pretty good. I usually like Chinese drama OSTs, so that's not really that surprising. There were a variety of location sets as well, and honestly, it was visually very pleasing. I will commend them on the lack of filler in at least the first 20 episodes. Everything felt very important to the plot, which I liked because a lot of shows tend to just waffle and not get to the point. So I liked that. But to be honest, it was a very disappointing drama because they missed out on so many things. I also have a video on how they could have done the whole beauty thing if not for the face swap thing. If you want to check that out, I'll link it in the description below. Let me know what you thought about In Blossom, and if you agree or disagree with me, I'd love to hear it. Thank you. Bye.